configuring the email, configuring the email configuration in SAP means to get the emails from SAP, or in other words, so send email from SAP, send email from SAP here. So for this one, how to configure the, how to config and how to send email from, how to configuration and send email from SAP system here, send email from SAP system here, right? So that is the one here, send email from SAP system here, right? So this is the thing we are going to discuss here. So here for the configuration perspective, here we are going to use the SCOT is the transaction code to perform the SCOT is the transaction code to perform the, so the outbound email configuration, outbound email configuration from SAP means, so sometimes the customers, sometimes we may have to send as soon as job is done, sometimes customer will get the, sometimes not only customer, sometimes we are also getting the auto generated mails, tickets, some attachments, PDF generation from the systems, right? How means there is a automatic email configuration is exist. If we have the recipient email ID is provided in that, so then we will get the emails, right? So our Gmail box, as soon as we book the ticket, we will get the tickets from the system server, so site, something like that, right? Here from SAP also, how to configure, how to perform this configuration, right? So there is a SCOT is the transaction code. Here we need to perform the SCOT is the transaction code. Here we need to perform the all the SCOT is the transaction code. Here we need to, SCOT is the transaction code. Here we need to perform the mailbox configuration and etc. Mailbox configuration and etc. We have to do that one. So for this one, so we have to, the basic checks, pre-checks are like a basic pre-checks are like SMTP port. There is a SMTP port should be active. Port should be active status here. SMTP port. So we can check in SMICM transaction code about the port number here, right? Then SMTP mailbox server, you need the SMTP mailbox server, SMTP. So mailbox server name you required. So mailbox server name means your IT team or your company, they will provide the mailbox server name here. Why? Because every company there is a mailbox server to receive the emails here, right? So that is required here. The third point, we need in the SCOT transaction code, in the SCOT transaction code, you need to you need to activate the, in the SCOT transaction code, you need to activate the, in the SCOT transaction code, you need to activate the SMTP node activation. We have to perform it here in the SCOT transaction code. Then in the SCOT transaction code, we need to activate the, so node activation and configuration. We have to do it, node activation and configuration. We have to perform it here. These steps we need to make sure to perform the configuration, right? To make sure to perform the configuration, these basic steps are very important here. So SMTP node, if we go to the SMICM here, go to the services here, go to services here, you will see the SMTP port should be active, right? SMTP, the port should be active status here, right? It is the active status, right? Then go to that SCOT transaction code, SCOT, SCOT transaction code. Here we need to have the mailbox server, SMTP mailbox server. We have to activate it here. Mail server, we have to activate it here. Mail server, we have to activate it here. So, but here, this one here already configured. So let's do in our systems here, in our training systems, let's do here, right? Go to, right? Here, go to SCOT transaction code here. So SCOT transaction code here, someone already configured. So let me delete that one, delete the node, right? So in our first time, you will get the, so this thing here, right? These things here, this is the SCOT transaction code administration part, mailbox configuration, right? Here, Here you can see the, so settings, outbound messages. Just click on the, here there is a add entry. There is a option is called the create the node here, node creation here, right? Here, what is the node here? SMTP node, we have to create it here. This we will call it as the mail server, right? So then click on the continue. What is the mailbox server host name? Mail server details we have to provide it here. So we don't have any mailbox server, just we are giving the google.smtp.com, something like that, normal server, just dummy server details I have given here. What is the mailbox port number here? 25. Normally it should be the 25 only. Click on the continue button here, right? So click on the continue button here. Here, internet emails, yes. So what are the address types you need to configure? What are the address types you have to configure here? What are the address types you have to add it in the systems here? What are the address types here? What are the address types here? Right? So what are the, so address types we have to give it here? Address type. Address type means which email addresses you want to send the email at the rate of gmail.com or with the rate of companymail.com. Instead of specifying the individually everything, give the star. Star means it's a all. Star means all. Everybody should receive the emails here. Just give the star, click on the continue button, right? Give the star, click on the continue button, continue, then continue. Then there is a job actually. There is a job we need to define every 5 minutes it should run. Click on continue. So then mailbox server details we have added here. It's a mail server. Every 5 minutes the job will run, will send the emails. So this configuration we have done it here. This configuration we have done it here. Mailbox server details here. Mail server details, right? So mailbox server details you have added here, right? So this is the configuring the mailbox server here, right? SCOT configuration, SCOT configuration here. Here there is a send job option, send jobs. Here there is a all address type messages. There is a SAP connect job, SAP connect job here. So this job will transfer, this job will send the emails whenever any emails are failure. The every 10 minutes this job will run, will transfer the email to the respective receivers. It will send the emails to the receivers here, right? So that is the main thing, main part here, receivers here. Job name is the SAP connect job here, right? So that is the one, SMTP. So here SCOT is the transaction code to perform the outbound email configuration. Outbound means which are going out. Out from me, out means from SAP. From SAP to outside, anyway, anyone, right? So that configuration go to the outbound messages. So just click on the create node, node creation means SMTP node creation. Then the mailbox server details, all the details you need to fill it out. Some organizations, they may put the restrictions like instead of giving the organization, only company name they will provide it here. Company name they will provide it here. So something kponline.com or some gmail.com, something like that. Some organizations, they will give the star. Instead of providing one by one, n number of addresses, just to provide the star. So that what will happen? So star means all, right? So everybody will receive the emails from SAP. Everybody will receive the emails from SAP here. Everybody.
Ravi, we have to also configure the domain, right?
Yeah, domain also we can.
From the utilities.
Yeah, domain also we have to configure it. Yes, domain also we can configure it here. Yes. So domain. Yeah. Once you done this one, once you perform this configuration, so there is a domain configuration. So once the mailbox server is added, then go to the utilities, right? Utilities, there is a, so domain configuration here. There is a domain name. We have to give it here somewhere here, domain name. Yeah, default domain name. Here domain name, company domain name, we have to give it here. So then maybe star.com, so some co.in or something like that. So we have to provide the domain name details, we have to provide it here, domain details. So default domain settings, we have to provide it here, right? So then utilities nothing, we won't do anything here, just testing the email, send the process, trace collections, trace settings, all those things. But so main is the mailbox server configuration. If it is performing new in your system, if it is not the new, it's already existing systems, means I think someone already configured the configuration. So you may have to, sometimes what you have to do, you may have to activate the configuration. You may have to deactivate the configuration. We want to deactivate the configuration, just you can uncheck the node. You want to activate the configuration, just activate, just click on the activate. Sometimes you may have to add the additional recipients. So then you need to add the recipients here. You need to add the recipients here. You need to add the recipients here. So like that, we need to provide the details here. Like that, we need to provide the details here. So most of that cases, maybe mailbox server already configuration, the domain name is already set. The only thing is sometimes dedicated user ID. Instead of giving the star, people will go for the dedicated username. They will provide it here. That username we have to give it here, then click on the OK button. So OK button, then save it, that will be saved. So that configuration will be saved, right? Once you've done it, we can test it. We can also do the testing here. This is the outbound messages here. Also, we need to ensure here. So SAP Connect service should be active in SICF transaction code. So in SICF transaction code here, right? So there is a SAP, the Connect service here. It should be active, So should be active for the, so here should be active here. SAP Connect service should be active here. SICF transaction code here. In SICF transaction code, we have to tell this one, we have to just go to the SICF. So just click on the this one, and there is SAP Connect service. Just to activate this SMTP service as well. So if you want to receive the emails from SAP, so these all the things here. So in the ICF service should be active. ICF service should be active. There is a field, and also there is ICF field service active, and also here the SMTP node also should be active status. So it should be active status here. So then there is a port number in SMICM. There is a port number. The port number also should be active status here. So ports are no ports are configured. So it should be active status here. So once everything is done, once the ports are everything is done here, so what we can do? So we can perform the test case, test email configuration here. If we go to the SBWP, right? Only the mailbox configuration means in the SCOT, we have to perform it. SCOT SCOT transaction code here. So SBWP
For
is
what
the
purpose, Ravi, for what purpose you have to use for SICF here?
activation of the services in SICF. So in SICF, I will give you the more details on the SICF here. So before that, SICF, okay. So services activation, everything we have to perform in the SICF transaction code here, services activation. Suppose in your SAP system, we go to the SICF transaction code here, SICF transaction code. If any service you want to activate, suppose you want to activate the web GUI. So, right, so web GUI is the service. So then you need to activate the web GUI service. You can activate it here. So it will be activated. Once the activated only, then only we can access the URLs, right? We can access the URLs from the browser, all those things we can access it, right? So from browser, some people, maybe, I mean, not all the people will log into the SAP system using the SAP logon pad. Some people, they will use the SAP, so browser they will use it here, right? Browser they will use it to log into the systems here. Here you can see host name, port number. There is a SAP BC NWBC, right? SAP BC NWBC here. So SAP BC NWBC, there is a path here. That path should be active in SAP here, right? Then only people can open the, there is a SAP BC here. Then only the people can SAP BC and WBC. Then only people can open the the related functionality from the browser. The related functionality they can open from the browser here. Related functionality they can open from the browser here, right? Related functionality they can do it from the browser here, NWBC functionalities. So something like that we have to like that we can open it here, like that we can open it here, right? So that is the one thing here. Means some people they may not always go to the SAP system, so they will use the SAP login pad. They will not open everything here. So they can open the browser. They will open the direct link in the browser. So then they can provide all the details here. All the details here. They can do the They can access the screens. They can access the screens from SAP here. They can access the screens from SAP here, right? They can access the screens from SAP here, like that. They can access the the business pages from the browser here. In case if the service is deactivated here, in case the service is deactivated here, suppose like if I deactivate the service here, let me deactivate the service here, what will happen? They cannot access. They cannot access the service. If they may face the service cannot be reached. You see, service cannot be reached. So you may not able to access, service cannot be reached. Normally, whenever when we log into some of the government sites, sometimes you may face the issue service cannot be reached, which means the service is down. So which means someone deactivated or something is done. So now I am again activating the service. I have done it now. Right click and activation, service activation. Just click on the button. Now you are able to open. So the screen and WBC screen you are able to open now. All right. And WBC screen now you are able to open here. So through browser you are operating everything from here. Through browser you are able to operate here, right? Through browser you are able to operate all the things here. Through a browser you are able to operate, which means so which means via through browser you are able to operate here. So because of the service is active here after the port number, so the service is active here. So that is the reason. So sir, where can I activate the port numbers? Defining the port numbers means here SMICM is the, so here here SMICM is the transaction code. Here we can see the ICM status here. So people are able to log into the through browser and they are able to navigate from same as like SAP because of the ICM service here, because of the ICM here. Here ICM is active and running status. That's why you are able to access the all the things. In ICM, we have to define the port numbers here. In ICM, we have to define the port numbers here in the ITM. HTTP, HTTPS port numbers, we have to define it here. Why? Because sometimes we may use the HTTP, sometimes we may may use the HTTPS also here. Suppose HTTPS : // So here the port number we have to change it here 44300. So sometimes we may have to use this one as well, right? So port number 3341. So something with this one, right? Some customer we may use the HTTPS. Why? Because HTTP is not the secure one. HTTP is the secured one. So in that case, we have to use these things here, right? It's a secured one, HTTP, either HTTP port or HTTPS port. Anything you can use it here. Anything you can use it in the SAP systems here. That is the port number here. Okay. So that is the port number. So port number, ICM service activation, ICM. So we can check it out here. If we want to activate the service, then go to the SICF. Which service you want to activate, you will get the list. So that list of services, you can activate it here. There is a list of services. If you know, put the service path. If you don't know, then you have to manually check what is the service you want to activate it. Then all the things we need to do it one by one. We have to do that one, right? One by one. So we have to activate it in the system. This is what we have to do it. Service activation. So service activation has to be performed from SICF transaction code. So SMICM is the Internet Communication Manager. ICM means Internet Communication Manager. Means if any request, some requests are coming from the browser means, so the ICM will take care of that request. Normally when you are logging from the browser, so SAP login pad, here the dialog work process will take care of our request, right? Dialog work process will take care of our request. It will process our request, but internet related things, so means browser, internet means browser related things will be handled by the ICM here. So here the port should be active always, the port should be active status here, then only can open the URLs here, right? Then only can open the URLs within the network. So this is the one it should be required here. Port means SMICM, right? Port means SMICM should come into the picture here. SMICM port number here. So here, so once you done it, all the preparation work and pre-work, everything is done. SAP Connect service should be active. SICM port also active. Mailbox server name also you have mentioned. You have activated the SMTP node and some configuration also you have done it. So then to test this functionality, we have to use the our SAP Business Workspace option. We can use it here. SBWP option, we can use it. SBWP, SAP Business Workspace, SAP Business Workspace here. So this is the one where normally we will receive the emails, some outbound emails. So some private, same kind of our in the Gmail, we have the inbox, outbox, sent items, everything, right? Same as like this kind of functionality. Business Workspace is dedicated to you, your user only. So suppose you are sending the emails, some things like what is the requirement to send the emails from SAP means some customers, they may create the, so some vendors, they will create the purchase order, right? So some customers, they will run the payroll jobs, monthly jobs, will get the jobs, slips, everything, right? From some system, we will get it out. Same as like from here also, we will get the auto generated emails we will get from the system. So that should be received to the recipients, right? So that is the reason here we have to define, suppose like test. So who is the recipients here? Suppose like I will maintain my username here. What is the type of this one here? This is the internet address, right? You want to send the express and also send a copy to your email box also. What is the document? This is the, so this is test email. Please ignore. Just sending the test. You want to attach anything here, any document also you want to attach the some documentation also here. Let me attach the documentation also here. Okay, so done the attachment as well. So with attachment, I'm sending the email to the recipients here. Just sending the test email here. Sending the test email here. Send. So just click on the send button here, so that email will, they will receive it. The details, if you provide the mailbox server name, all the details are correct, then definitely the person, the whoever the recipient's email ID we maintained here, that person will receive the emails from, will receive the attachment, email with attachment from, so from the system. Right, it's done. So you sent it, but you are not sure whether it's went or not. Then how to find out here, right? Only SBWP is the just to sending the test emails, personal email, to checking our emails from anything we received, just checking for that one. SBWP is the personal usage, SAP, so business workspace here, that we will use it here, right? So but to checking, there is a transaction code, dedicated transaction code is called the SOST, to check the outbound email status here, to check the outbound email status here. Suppose your outbound email is successfully, means the emails successfully going or not. So here our responsibility is a daily monitoring transaction code. Why? Because we may have to check as a day to day, we may have to check whether anything is failed in the SAP system or not. How many are waiting, how many are sending, what is the response, is all those things we have to check it out here, right? Today maybe we sent it out, still it's not processing. So why? Because the time is not reached. So because we scheduled a job every 10 minutes, every 5 minutes we scheduled a job, so that based upon the job he will receive the emails here, he will receive the emails here, right? He will receive the emails from the system here. So that let me send the manually also here. So zero message sent. It will failure. Why? Because that mail server is not correct actually. That is a dummy mail server we have sent it. That's why that will be failure here. That will be failed here. So that is the main thing here, right? So here we can check the status whether it's how many are failure, how many are the errors. If errors, just select it, we can reprocess, or we have to inform to the respective functional team. They will take care of that one. They will take care of that one. So here we need to check the last 24 hours how many are failure. Otherwise we can check the in the system how many are failure, all the information we can check it out here. How many are transferred, how many are waiting, how many are failures, all the things we can check it out in the system here, right? So waiting, error, sent means fine, errors means that's we have to worry about that one. Errors means we have to worry and we need to check. See here, so some emails already gone. So 403 sent already here. The recipients, Goldsmith, new customer. So related things, billing related approval required for the change request, approval emails, mailbox, edit documents. So you can see here all the details we have here. So I create the room number. So they have hired it and they created the sender. So who is the receivers here? So they have done it. They have created this one here. Some emails are good, some emails are went, some emails are failures normally. So this is the payroll system. Payroll system means so employee hiring process, employee room allocations, training, seat allocations. So all those things will happen from the SAP only here. So those related details here. As soon as employee hired, employee normally we will get the emails from the our HR team, right? Same as like here as well. Same as like here also we will receive the emails here. Something like sales order is created, you will receive the emails. So like that. So this mailbox configuration will be very important to get the emails. Mailbox configuration is very important to receive the emails from the SAP here. So like that, each and every activity you will receive the emails. Each and every activity you will receive the emails. The recipients is the Lisa. So there is a hire program. So they have hired it. They have created a building and a room number for them. There is a document also they have attached. There is a raw file also they have attached somewhere. So you can see it from here. You can see the details from here, right? So like this we can transfer the emails. What is the purpose means? So normally when you join the organization, you will get the welcome email, welcome kit email, then seat allocation, room number allocation, HR emails, payrolls, pay slips, monthly slips, IT, tax, so all those things you are in. So which means, so if you define the HR team here, automatically you will get the emails, all those things you will get the approval emails, receipt, everything you will get it out, right? So here, so we need to check. Some people make complaints like this. So, sir, we are not able to receive the emails, any attachments or anything from SAP. Could you please check it out? Which means they are unable to receive it. They are not getting any seat allocation number. They are not received any payslip also. This month payslip is not received. So maybe the purchase order is not received from the system. So then we may have to check like, let's check whether it is stuck in the SAP or not. Then when you go to the in the screen here, yeah, oh, I think it got stuck here. It got stuck here. In this case, it got stuck it out in the SAP system. Then if we ask them to reprocess it, just check it out. Then we can reprocess the send. We can send the resend it. We can repeat the send, resend options are there here. We can repeat the send option here. So we can resend the options here. Then the person will receive the emails here. The only thing is here, So now also we can receive the emails, but only thing is here the mailbox server should be very important here. The mailbox server which you are configuring here, that should be that should be that should be real. It should be genuine. Then only you will receive the emails. Otherwise, you will not receive the any emails. All the emails will get stuck here only. All the emails will get stuck in the SAP system only. So that is the reason here. Okay. So that is the reason we need to, the configuration, the mailbox server configuration, all those things we have to activate it here. Mailbox server configurations and everything we have to activate it here. That is the very important thing here. Right. That is called the outbound email configuration. Outbound email configuration here. So here mainly, so we need to check the port SMICM, the port is active or not. Okay, SMTP port is active. Fine. Then in SICF, the service is activated or not. SAP Connect service also activated. Fine, already activated. So then go to the SCOT transaction code. Go to the activate the node. Then you have activated the node. While activating the node, it will ask the, so what is the address area, right? Which addresses I want to send the emails. Then what is the mailbox server details? All the details we have to fill it out. Mailbox server details, all the details we have to fill it. So then once you done this configuration, then anything is generated from the SAP, you will receive the emails. Person will receive the emails here, right? That is the purpose we need the SCOT configuration is required. So that is the purpose we require the SCOT configuration. Okay. So, and also there is a inbound emails also. It's only for outbound email configuration. It's only for outbound email configuration also.
Ravi, this is for the business workflow only, or it is for the TCO level also? Like if I release the PO, it will send automatically mail to the respective clients.
Yeah, any mails from SAP, it will go via SCOT configuration only. Via SCOT only, it will refer it. But there is a workflow should be maintained. Workflow should be maintained, or there is a business flow should be maintained. Your recipient's email ID should be maintained by the functional team in their scenarios. They have to maintain it. So then only the recipients will get the email. If they don't maintain, the purchase order is released, then how people will receive the email? They don't receive the emails. Why? Because your email IDs are not maintained. That flow is not maintained. So that process flow and everything is maintained by your functional team, or functional team only. They will maintain this workflow, the process team and everything here. So our duty is SCOT configuration. Then SOST, as a day-to-day, we need to check the SOST. Are there any emails are pending or not? If yes, we need to send the emails to the receive. So email functional team, then they will take care of. Otherwise, if they ask us to resend that emails, then select all the emails. Then there is an option to resend it. We can start the selection process here. We can start the selection process here. We can do that one. So that is also we can do that one. So normally here the emails are not going means the only one thing is here there is a SAP Connect job. SAP Connect job is the very important here. SAP Connect job. So why? Because we have created the Connect job here. This Connect job, this SAP Connect job will responsible to send the data. Will send the emails. If any emails are stuck, this SAP Connect job will send it out. Will send it out here. So we'll send it out to the all the teams here. So this Connect job will send it out here. So I think Connect job is not running here. SAP Connect job. Scheduled status only, I think this is the one. Yeah, scheduled status only. We can release the job. Periodic job, we can select it. It will start from immediate. So what is the periodic values? It's mentioned. Other period. Oh, every 3 minutes. . Yes, I released the job. See here, as soon as I released the job, job is active currently, right? Job is active currently. So it finished. Today, job got finished. Let's see the log. It got finished. So as soon as the job is finished, the people will receive the emails. People will receive the emails. The make sure the only thing is here, if any issues in the SCOT transaction code, here we need to check the whether the mailbox server is correctly working or not, and also the port is working or not. So then the job is running fine or not. So the only these three things we need to worry about that one. So only these three things we have to check taken care, whether in case of the sometimes we may get people are not receiving the email, people are not receiving the emails from the SAP, something like that. Then in that case we need to check the all the information and everything, we need to check it out here. Okay, so that is the thing. And also there is a, so here SOST we can check the outbound emails from SAP. Outbound means it's going outside of the SAP here. So there is a one more transaction called SOIN. This is the inbound emails checking. Suppose sometimes people will send the emails to SAP. So then we can go to the SOIN transaction code. Here we can check the, so here you can check the inbound emails. You see inbound send request here. Here we can get the whether any inbound emails in the system or not. We can check it out here, inbound emails here. So for this one, same SAP Connect service should be active, and also there is a some configuration, mailbox configuration should be required inbound, which is coming inside of the system, right? So you should get the some inbound emails configurations, the recipient should be the SAP email ID attachment. There is a lot of configuration, but this does not, some of the companies they won't use it, but the inbound emails means we have to go to the SOIN. But this configuration also we can do it, go to the SOST. So not the SOST, SCOT transaction code. So here you can see the inbound messages settings here. So here we need to provide the all the details here, inbound processing, inbound distribution, who are the internet emails should receive the emails. So inbound distribution list here. So all the information like inbound distribution, recipient should be workflow batch, this one, all those details we have to maintain here, customer details. So then only we will receive the emails. So if anyone asks, inbound means SOIN. So inbound emails, if you go to SOST, that is called the outbound emails. Outbound emails here, SOST and SOIN here, right? That is the inbound emails. This is the outbound emails here. Inbound emails to SAP. Then outbound emails from SAP, not the to SAP, from SAP, which is going to outside of the SAP, which is coming inside of the SAP here. So configuration part we have to do it in the SCOT is the transaction code. Here we can perform the configurations and everything here. So the SMICM is the Internet Communication Manager. So here the ports, services, ports activations, everything we have to do it from the SMICM. SICF is the transaction code here. The services any services activation, we have to go to the service activation means the first part which come in the mind is get the SICF here, SICF service activation we have to do it here, right? So this is the, the mailbox mail configuration here, Okay. Any questions, anyone?
All good, Ravi. So far, so good.
Yes.